When the computer goes down,
the wine gases go up.
Oh, yes.
It's go time. Woo!
Episode 11.
All right.
All right.
Like it.
So today, Grapes and Debates, episode 11. I'm excited that we got here. Each week, I think we get a little bit better with something.
Okay.
And sometimes we take two steps back. Mm-hmm. So I think now we've hardwired into the computer. So I think that the camera will be a little bit better.
All right. Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
We will find out.
And I realize how much I'm not very clear when I speak. So I'm going to try and be better at that as well.
Well, you shouldn't drink so much before the podcast.
No, I should drink more before the podcast.
You should enunciate.
All right.
Yes.
Enunciate.
There you go.
Welcome. 11th episode.
Okay.
And we are with Brenda and Doug Long.
Yes.
And we are going to drink some Caymus wines, Caymus Vineyards.
Shocker.
And then we're going to talk about Lognbeach and what happened to us during COVID and how we were able to navigate that pandemic as well as we did and subsequently open 2 more restaurants.
Yes.
So-
Yeah. No, I think it was probably some of the best things that happened to us. Lognbeach, that is.
Lognbeach.
Lognbeach, yes. Yeah. The pandemic, not so much. But again, we'll get to that.
Right.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. It's actually a story that I'm not super familiar with.
Oh.
So
Well, you will. And by the way, these shirts, thank you, wine tasting. I don't know if you can you read it?
Yes. Yeah, I
Can
think
you?
I can.
I
Made in
this
America.
is
Is it made in America?
Oh, on the back it said it. Made in America. And I think the colors are appropriate as we go into Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Agreed.
All right.
Red, white, and blue.
So we're going to talk about Caymus a little bit today, but before we talk about Caymus, Chris, would you do the honors of opening this liter of Caymus for us to start with?
I would be happy to.
So just a little bit of history about Caymus. Caymus is probably one of the most iconic brands right now in Napa Valley. I think that they helped put Napa Valley on the map across the globe. And it was founded by Chuck Wagner in 1972, along with his parents, Charlie and Lorna Bella Gloss Wagner.
Okay.
And when his son Joe left and started the Bella Gloss name, it was based on his grandmother. But so it was founded in 1972. Do you know where the name Caymus came from?
I do not.
enlighten us.
Please.
Yes, the Mexican land grant known as Rancho Caymus.
Oh,
And that is the area that's kind of where Rutherford is now.
okay.
So that's where the name came from.
Okay.
I like it.
Let me pour our guests some wine.
Oh,
Please.
Oh,
thank you.
The nice thing
I
about
don't
the
mind
boys
if
at
I do.
SoNapa, they always come prepared. Here we go. Another glass.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
doing a really, really amazing
The
job.
thing, one of the
Opening,
things
that was great.
I love about Caymus is they know their lane, right? Let's just do great cab.
Yes.
They've got 3 cabs now. The California, the standard, if you will, and the special select. But again, stay in your lane, do what you do it at a high level. And
that they do.
I think they do.
And that they do.
So just to be clear, you are correct under the Caymus brand.
Correct.
But
Right.
Caymus Vineyards encompasses, it's a family-run business. And so you have Joe Wagner, who, as I mentioned, left. He started Maomi, sold that for $315 million. And then he started Copper Cane Wines. So that's Joe. Then you have Jenny Wagner. So that's Chuck's daughter. And she is in charge of Emilo brand.
Mhm.
And not only is she in charge of Emilo, which they make Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, and I believe they make a sparkling. She's also in charge of the Susan Valley vineyard. And I believe that they are producing right here, the Walking Fool, which is mostly I think it's a Petite Syrah based red blend.
Okay.
And then you have Charlie Wagner, and Charlie is in charge of Conundrum and the Mer Soleil brands. So we have here the Conundrum Red, the Conundrum White. White is what we have on the menu. The Bonanza is also another one of their projects.
So we don't have a Mer Soleil represented today.
Sorry, Chris, we drank that earlier.
All right.
And then
It
the
should be more in our
Yes.
bellies. I should be more punctual.
and the flagship for them is this monster right here.
Whoa.
It is It is Caymus.
That looks like a good time.
Yes, it is a good
All right.
time.
It
Was
was.
it-
It was a
Oh,
good
It
wow.
was
time.
a good time.
And I think on the back of this, it says, I drank it all, Brenda Long.
Sorry, I do. I like it.
Well, you've got quite the thirst.
All right, so I'm gonna pivot just a little history on these bottles though, and all the signatures. Like, there has to be some memories here. What
Some
happened?
great stories.
What happened?
Oh,
Well, these were all from a friend, Jim and Lynn Salmon.
Okay.
We had boat parades at
Yeah.
their house, and
Okay.
Jim always likes to go big.
Yeah.
He does.
So, you know,
What's that saying? Go big or go
Go
home?
big,
Yeah.
go home. And he,
And he goes big.
and he
Yeah, he
started out
does.
big with the 3-liter.
Yeah.
He said, I can go bigger. He
Okay.
went 6-liter. And I think we can actually find bigger ones than this.
Because everybody
We
just
need
has
to-
one of
we need
these
to
in their
do.
wine
Yeah.
fridge.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So, and just a little bit of history on the Caymus Special Select. It is the only wine in the world that's been named Wine Spectator Wine of the Year, or Wine of the Year by Wine Spectator more than once.
More than one
So
time,
in
okay.
1984, the year I graduated
Okay.
high school.
High school.
Yes,
Okay.
and 1989,
Gotcha.
maybe the year.
I didn't graduate.
Yeah, yeah.
I graduated the year before.
Yeah.
It's
But,
always my top wine. I
Yeah,
love
But it's awesome. And the reason that we're featuring Caymus and we have Brenda, because it has been Brenda's favorite wine for as long as we've known Brenda, and it goes way back before that.
It does. I'm ashamed to say, yes, it does.
So
There's
what's
no
And
shame- there's
I
no shame.
actually have one of the big bottles signed by Chuck Wagner.
Oh, wow.
And it was so special. It's given to me as a birthday gift. And actually my
Did it
kids-
suffer the same fate as this bottle, or is it still with us?
And I'm
We were gonna
waiting.
do that. We're gonna have a
We're gonna get ready
reunion.
to
party.
Oh,
do it.
very
Yeah.
nice. Very
Getting
nice.
ready to do it.
Okay.
But I also love this one.
Ooh.
I saw that for the first time
So-
today. I love it.
The 375.
I love it.
Wait, I think do we have a
Okay.
demonstration?
Yeah, so I shouldn't say this, but I take around my Starbucks cups and I label it myself.
Oh,
And
very nice.
then this will fit
Shut
100%.
up.
Uh-huh. Just like this.
Are you seeing this?
This is
Are you guys seeing this?
Just
Whoa.
Oh.
Instead of the venti, we have the plenty.
That's perfect. Yep, and this is the way I like to roll around town.
By the way,
Walking.
she can walk into any concert.
Walking your dog.
You walk in a concert with a
Not-
Starbucks.
we're not
nobody cares.
promoting-
No,
No,
yes.
I'm not
Driving,
driving.
no.
I'm not driving.
Right.
No.
Bottom line is she's
You're usually
Half
riding
bottle.
shotgun. You're usually riding shotgun at
Caymus
this
Cab.
time.
Yes,
But
but
it's
I will tell you that some venues do not carry this wine. And when they don't, I might walk into them with my Starbucks cup, to which no one ever says a word.
I don't hate
That
that.
is
I don't hate
that's
that.
pretty awesome.
Brenda Long, always
I've
prepared.
got a
Yes.
whole new respect
I'm a
now.
Girl Scout.
Yeah.
There
By
you
the
go.
way, I just want to confirm.
Well, cheers.
You said I think this is her favorite
Yes.
wine. It's her daily.
Oh,
It's,
stop.
oh, well,
Cheers.
listen.
So you need to understand, it's not her favorite. It's her
Here,
daily.
here is the spectacular taste by Brenda Long.
There you go.
Joe?
In the eyes.
Okay, Brenda, I know we were talking a little bit earlier, so talking about wine dinners, Caymus wine dinner.
Yes.
And what did you ask me?
When is it? How do I get tickets? Because I
Okay.
saw in New Smyrna it's coming up.
Well, that was the teaser. That
Okay.
it is coming up. It's going to be June 23rd, which is a Sunday. We're doing that in Jax.
I'm just gonna mark.
Okay.
June 24th is going to be in New Smyrna, and then June 25th is going to be in Ormond.
Okay.
If anybody is watching,
Okay.
if anybody's watching,
Anybody?
there is a word, and it is called Long Beach.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Long
I
Beach.
like that word.
Long Beach.
Love
And if
that.
Okay.
the particular person sends an email to, let's say, info@SoNapa, Adam@SoNapa.
Joe at SoNapa.
No, don't get them confused now. It's
Info.
info,
or out.
info.
Info or
In
ad.
fact-
In fact, Joe at SoNapa does not exist.
There you go.
I just
Yeah.
made that up.
And we're going to disclaim this. This is while supplies last.
No. This is, so the first person in Jax Beach that sends me an email, the
Okay.
first person in Ormond Beach and the first person in New Smyrna Beach is going to get one complimentary ticket to the wine dinner.
Wow, this
Yes.
is a big value.
It
What's
is
the
a
value
value.
here?
I think that we're going to charge $150 a person.
Wow.
For
So
that.
$150 value here, folks.
Yes.
So
Love it.
please get off your grapes and get on your computer.
No, get on your grapes and debates.
Well, yes, get on your grapes and baits
Okay.
and let us know if you're going to be the first one
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
to get the
So
free ticket.
That's fine.
in all seriousness, they have some incredible wines. Caymus is your everyday drinking wine. For us, it's our special occasion. Caymus Special Select. We weren't able to get any more. It was highly allocated. But again, just an incredible.
Highly selective.
Yeah. Incredible wine. But they have more when you start with Bonanza, more of an entry level. And then you get the Conundrum. We've got the Suisun Valley. And we were at Suisun Valley.
Oh, I
What did
loved it.
what a
I had
beautiful-
such, it was
Absolutely
beautiful, but
gorgeous.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people were so nice
Yeah.
and welcoming to all of us so it was fun. I could go back tomorrow.
Well, first of all,
State-of-the-art
they have
facility.
they've totally remodeled their original facility in Napa, and we had a great time there. Sitting
We did.
outside, it was absolutely beautiful. And then the following day, we had to go over the mountain to
Into
Suisun, no, Suisun Valley. So
Oh,
it's the
okay.
exact opposite. And we
Okay.
dropped down. So one, I misread the time that we were supposed to be there. Two, it looked like there was a fire that had been on the side of the mountain and they were doing some fire mitigation and they were doing a bunch of road work. So when we showed up to the winery, we get there, it's absolutely beautiful. We pull in, we got the SoNapa van and the hostesses said, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry." In a sense, I felt they were kind of condescending. "Yeah, your reservation was an hour ago." And I was like, "All right, well, but you're welcome to go and drink in there, pay for your own." "All right, no problem." So we went in there and I called our rep,
Yes.
and I got to tell you, they recovered so well. It was unbelievable.
It
We were
was.
sitting
It's
outside.
incredible.
They came out, took it. We couldn't have had a better tasting.
Well,
I didn't want to leave.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad they treated you right and they
no, they did.
They did.
So I can't say enough good things about Caymus, about the Caymus family of wines, and
Well, and that area is up and coming.
yes,
That-
Susan,
Susan-
Susan-
I haven't been to.
There's not a lot of wineries there,
yeah.
so for Caymus to put that state of the art,
Right.
it's a
beautiful,
it's a state-of-the-art
gorgeous facility there, you're going to see that area explode
I
soon.
think they're calling it. Is it the Petite Syrah
No.
capital of the world, or is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
All I
Caymus.
know
It's
is
the
just
Caymus
glad to be
capital.
there.
Oh, yeah.
It certainly
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So years ago, I was fortunate enough to meet Chuck Wagner himself. He actually met us in a vineyard and he told me his story about how he started and his children. And I'm telling you, he showed up in his pickup truck and overalls.
So cool.
And he kind of told me how they farm their wine,
Mhm.
and most of the time it's organic, but they don't want to put that on the
Mhm.
label because they may have to spray 1 year. And so anyway, he was just so nice. His family that he talked about, that's why I really started drinking it all as much as I could.
So it was more of a love affair with the way
His
they
story, yes.
the winery, the way they treat the
Yeah.
land, the way they respect the grapes.
They do.
And do it as a family.
They
Tradition.
did. He said he had never, seen his children have too much to drink, and he just talked so much admiration for them and his whole entire family.
Well, they're
So,
farmers at their roots.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I asked him, I said, "Well, what would
Yeah.
you have done if you sold out, what would you be?" He goes, "Doug, I'm a farmer.
Right.
I farm grapes."
Right.
Mhm.
I go, "Well, what else do you farm?" He goes, "Would you like to see my Meyer lemon trees?"
Okay.
So we went up to the top and we had a whole plantation
Oh,
of
wow.
Meyer lemon trees and we started cutting up the lemon trees. It was amazing. This
It
guy was
Wow.
That's awesome.
It
incredible.
was.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was, and so nice to take time, spend with us, and just. kinda
These guys,
hang.
even at the highest level, are
Yeah.
mostly so down to earth. And
Yes.
they just want to talk about the soil and the vines and
Yep.
the terroir that they're in. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, it's so incredible. And it's neat that you said the story behind it is what made it special for you.
It 100% did.
Well,
And
that,
supporting
and,
it.
and I will tell you, she's had other wines,
Mhm.
but a lot of times those wines give her headaches in the morning.
Yeah.
She's never,
No, that's you.
she's had a 3 liter. She's had a 3 liter.
Not all by myself.
Well, she's a seasoned veteran.
I will say that she never has a headache.
No. Never.
She may have had
Okay.
it because of me. I agree with that.
No.
But the bottom line is that
Right.
Yeah.
there's something. There's a lot of quality to this wine, and it just drinks so smoothly.
Well, and you know, vintage to vintage to vintage, they are consistent.
They
They've got
are.
a house style
Yes.
that holds true. So, you know, 19, 17, 16, there's some little differences, but their style remains consistent, and that's what I like about them.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think part of that style is the extended maceration where they leave the skins on the grapes or the skins on a little bit longer, and that gives it a darker color.
It certainly does.
And then obviously
This is beautiful.
they enjoy letting the fruit ride shotgun.
There you
Joe.
go. That's it.
Yeah,
No, that's
That's
true.
it.
Yeah.
Right up front.
But I think when you get to the special select, you'll find that it's a little bit more balanced and it's not as that jamminess up front. It's
Agreed.
just fantastic. So that's Caymus for us. And there was a couple of stories that I want to talk about.
Oh, boy.
And no, the first one is we opened in our current location in right around November 1st, 2010. Okay, November 1st, 2010. That is, shoot, we're going on 14 years.
Mhm.
And I'll never forget because it was Shannon's birthday.
Mhm.
We decided to have it at the restaurant, but we had no chairs and we had no tables. All we had were the booths. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh,
I
I do.
do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, you
And so
Yeah.
there was about 30 or 40 of us there, and we're hanging out. We're not open yet,
Right.
and we're just hanging out and we're drinking. And next thing you know, this four top comes and sits at a booth. There's no table at the booth, and they just sat down like.
Oh, just two
They should
booth
be here.
benches and no.
No, it was,
It was
we
a
had-
circular.
it was a circular booth at the
What they call
time.
Chicago boots. There's
Yeah.
the
So
circular
it was
boots.
a Chicago booth, and we went over and said, "Hey, folks, we're not open, but we'd be glad to get you something to drink." And it was Doug and Brenda.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I the first
That's how
time
we
I
met.
met
That's
him.
how we
Yeah.
met.
Yeah.
So how did you even know it was there? Had you been driving
Well, I
by,
saw
seeing the
Yes, and we
construction
kept
going on?
waiting and waiting for
Oh,
this
my
fabulous
Hey, they're open.
restaurant
I said,
to
there's
open.
30 some people.
Yeah.
Let's go in.
Let's
So
go.
they did.
Oh, my
And nobody
goodness.
paid attention to us when we came in, so we just sat ourselves.
Yeah, well, because you barged into Shannon's birthday party.
Well,
Must be a
I
soft opening.
Oh, yeah.
It's a soft opening here. But
No, what a
It
cool.
was
and,
great.
and so we still have a picture of them at Shannon's
That's
birthday.
hilarious.
Yes, it was awesome. It was awesome. Now, so that was the first time, and since then we've known each other really at an arm's length, and then the pandemic hit.
right.
And so really once that pandemic hit, what happened next with the two of you?
Well, I will.
From Orlando
So
to
Brenda,
New
Brenda and
Smyrna?
I, first of all, we love New Smyrna. We love the restaurant scenes and all the restaurant owners here in New Smyrna. We were sitting on our deck, and there's fear ripping the nation.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Everything's been shut down.
Mhm.
Restaurant owners and all of our friends are going, "What am I going to do? And what's happening?" And we were like, "Well, wait a minute. I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan." So I said, "What would Frank Sinatra do?" So
Okay.
Frank Sinatra would actually sit there and say, "We're going to have a cocktail hour every damn night." So we said, "We're going to open our deck up. And just for those who feel comfortable, have them feel free to come over any day. We'll provide the booze, we'll provide the wines, we'll provide all that. But if you want food, please get it from 3 of our friends."
Wow.
And one of them was Friends of the Garlic, friends at the Norwoods, or SoNapa.
Mhm.
And we put everybody on there. It was like 25, 30 people there. And we said, "Yeah, see if anybody shows up." First night, 4 or 5 people showed up. It was great. Next thing, that was going to 9, 10 o'clock on the deck. We're having a good time. We're getting a little hungry. We said, "Well, I wonder if there's anybody that's actually delivering food now." The next day we're going because people are showing up. And there was one restaurant in town that pivoted so quickly.
Mhm.
And they had just went to business mastery. I found out later. And they had said, "What do we have? There's a big problem that's existed. Now, where's the opportunity?" And they pivoted quick, and it was SoNapa.
Well.
And we ended up immediately, I would say probably there was no less than 4 people every night for 90 days. It was the best 90 days of my life, I will tell you that. I know, granted, it was crazy fear, a lot of crap going on. and
But we kept working.
we kept working, but at the same time, we also had we got to know people.
Mhm.
Right.
We all came together, and there is and there was probably 5 out of 7 nights there was delivery by someone. Okay,
Well, and who was delivering it?
and it just happened. It
Well,
started.
It started
This is
out- it
I'll
was
let these guys tell
normal.
that story.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's
let's
where
tell this story.
here's where the story takes a different turn.
Right.
Okay.
So anytime we would see we did pivot very quickly.
Yep.
We would see an address on the ticket, and there was this certain address that would come on that was written on the ticket, and Adam,
I'm going.
Wait, I know.
And we didn't tell the girls this yet.
Adam and I were like, "Oh, this is special delivery. We have to do this on our own." Mind you, by the way,
I won't be
Adam
back.
and
I won't be back.
Adam, myself, Shannon, and my wife Jennifer were part of the delivery team, and we had maybe a couple other people in there somewhere. But this was like the Willy Wonka chocolate bar ticket. This was the golden ticket. You wanted to see this ticket come through, and yes. So every time this ticket came through, Adam and I took it upon ourselves to deliver to Long Beach, aka Doug and Brenda's house.
I love that.
And we would sit there, we would drink Caymus or we would drink bourbon, and we would have we created a beautiful friendship,
Wow.
and that's only flourished. But that was how this went down during
Yes.
COVID.
We forged a lot of great relationships.
We did.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
was what happened
Yeah,
during that
yeah,
period
yeah.
of time, because we got to know each other. We got to know what our aspirations, our goals, our
Yes.
what are the things that drive us. And it was just really, really cool, to the point where these guys said, I would tell you, there's a couple people in your company that work for you today that said it was so good that they were like, they almost didn't want it to end because you guys were just killing all the competition here in town. But obviously things came back.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I'll get back.
yep.
But that's when they leveraged what they'd done, and then they went and got another restaurant, and then they got another one. And I was so proud of these guys, because we talked about the goals, their aspirations, where they wanted to be, and a lot of people talk, but they don't execute.
Right.
These guys executed.
Yeah,
We did. And you and I talked a lot during COVID. I mean, first of all,
we did.
COVID it hurt people across the country, especially in the restaurant industry. The amount of restaurants that have closed was it's unprecedented.
Yes.
Having said that, there was also some people who got very, very sick. There are some people who are still sick, and then obviously, like,
And some
I
people
don't
aren't
wanna-
with us.
I don't want to minimize
Yes,
the
yes.
impact that
Yes.
COVID has had. I will say that we were in a state that was open, that was friendly to business. We were in a city, a beach community that was a little bit more lenient to, I mean, yes, people were wearing masks, but the beach was open, outside was open, and your deck being right on the beach was a fantastic backdrop for COVID. 90 days for us. And getting back to the story of delivering, then Shannon and Jen caught on to our antics.
They got wise stories.
And so-
It did not take them long.
And then next thing you know, that who took that? Oh, Shannon and Jen down to see Brenda.
60.
Yeah.
Delivery here again?
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, all four of us started going down. Once we got insurance where our employees could deliver,
Yes.
and that took us about 60 days to get that smart.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Times.
loved it.
Great,
Yeah.
great
But
time.
you know, that time, that transition was a lot of pressure and really kind of thinned the herd of people that quick as you guys did. And because I say I came on kind of late in COVID as we partnered, but I so much during that time. Hey, I was with a local company then. What are the big boys doing? What are these guys doing?
Right.
You took some of that, and
Yes.
you know, we were able to kind of coach each other through
Sure.
the process. And so the fact that SoNapa made it through when many of our friends and privateers didn't is a testament to you know, what we do every day.
What we do every day.
Yeah.
And the fact that we delivered 5 days a week to Long Beach.
Yes, yeah. They
You personally
yeah,
saved.
They helped the local economy like you would not
Yeah.
believe. It
I
was,
think, yeah.
But
You
how
gave-
much-
you gave it to
okay,
her.
So if you had to guess, over 90 days,
Oh, God.
Oh,
how
boy.
much
Oh,
how
boy.
much Caymus was consumed
Oh,
over 90 days?
it was bad. It was bad.
250 bottles
I
plus,
get
at least 250.
Yes.
We had a couple nights where there'd be like, what, 10, 12 bottles when everybody.
yeah.
See, at my,
Yeah.
at my house, it's 10 or 12 Bush Light cans
Yeah.
laying around. At their
Yeah.
house, it's 10 or 12 Caymus bottles. laying
Long
around.
Beach was a special place.
It was.
and
It
still
was
is.
fun.
Yeah.
It was.
Yes,
Super
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. What a cool story.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be friends with everybody now.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Dear
fortunate
friends,
are we?
dear friends.
Oh,
And-
I'm out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got it.
You're out.
Oh,
There you go.
and we should say
You got a
that,
venti full.
well, yes, we have become very good friends. We will remain very good friends. And it sure helps that now we share our podcast office
Yes.
and our little corporate home office here for SoNapa
Yes.
with Doug and his partner, Jim.
Yes.
Yeah. We're very fortunate to have
Yeah.
these guys on the other side. So
Oh, yeah.
So
So,
I'm fortunate to have friends of our company and us personally.
yes,
Raving fans.
Yeah,
Raving
raving
fans.
fans.
so we,
So it sounds like we have to be at 3 Caymus dinners out here.
well, you're going to be the guest speaker at all three.
Yes.
No.
So we tried Caymus. We went through the family's wines. We talked about how this is one of the rare exceptions when it comes to the quality of wine. We've pretty much consumed an entire liter plus a little
mini
guy,
me.
a
I
mini
call- I
me.
call this a
375.
mini
No,
me.
none of us touched that but her.
Okay.
It's
It's still
as it should be.
it's still a pretty full cup of
It
coffee.
is, of course
Yeah,
it is.
yes. So I mean, all of this together, I heard they're coming out with a 50-year anniversary.
I am so
Okay.
excited. That's almost
I
if
want
we
one.
planted that.
Yes.
So yes, they had their 40th anniversary edition
Right.
that came out about 10 years ago.
Mhm.
So they are coming out with their 50th anniversary. It's getting ready to hit the market. In fact, I believe that we tried to order the Caymus liters the other day.
Mhm.
They're out of stock until the next vintage.
What?
I'm
I
thinking,
got that text from Eddie.
yeah. And I also think the 750, I mean, your typical Caymus bottle is also out of stock until the
Wow.
next vintage. So,
Okay.
and this is typical what happens. So the next vintage is coming out in June. And then in June, it's going to be their 50th anniversary, which is why we're also doing the 3 wine dinners to commemorate the 50th
Okay. Oh,
50th anniversary.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we are going to get lots.
So Chuck, if you're listening,
Okay.
give us a call.
Hook it up, buddy.
Good.
If you wanna
put-
swing
put
by,
me down
hey,
for a case
Central
of
Florida.
wine.
Yeah.
Welcome to Long Beach. Feel
Yeah,
like-
yeah,
feel like the
yeah.
guest room.
Anytime.
Chuck, you'll fit right in.
Anytime.
Yeah, they're right the guest
Long Beach sounds better than Bates Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can swing by Bates Beach.
Yeah,
Bates.
yeah. It's more of a pond.
Yeah.
it's,
It's a nice pool.
It's a ditch.
Joe, you're getting there though.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
We're
hey,
getting
Yeah.
there.
1% better every day.
Every day.
1%
There we go.
better every day. Yes.
Cheers.
So
Cheers.
thank you for asking. Thank you for being a guest host.
Thank you.
So thanks for supporting us and opening Long Beach for 90 days during COVID. And
What a cool story.
But more
No, yeah.
importantly, being great friends.
Yeah.
yeah, being
Oh,
great
I-
friends.
Yeah, what a
Thank
cool
you,
story.
guys.
So
Thank
there's
you.
nothing better than
Cheers.
great friends, great wine, and as we say it, for SoNapa, taste toast
together.
together.
Toast
Yes,
together.
I love it.
Three. All right.
Cheers. Love you guys.
Nicely done.
Great job. That was really
Fantastic.
good.
I gotta say we crushed that.